Hello, this is Akida Oh Aki. How's it going, geeks, nerds, pop culture connoisseurs? I'm here to talk about my feelings on. I meant to do it last week, but I purchased Star Wars Battlefront, and 5 days in after having it, I was already bored with the game because I realized for $60, even as a Star Wars fan, that it was not enough content. And I've noticed this movement for FPS titles to move away from the campaign mode to focus on multiplayer, which is the next generation of systems, so why not have a campaign mode and multiplayer? Because to me, it's kind of strange to have a game that's not driven by a main story, that you kind of just sign online and play. To me, it's not really a video game because I started out playing Japanese RPGs or JRPGs. So I really like games that have stories. In shooters, I don't intend for the story to be super intense, but at least give me something to develop the characters and get me interested in the universe. And the thing is I feel like companies are working on DLC, but the DLC are things that is something that could have already been on the disc. But instead, they fragment it to get more money out of the players. Which means that the DLC isn't really DLC, it's just content they didn't put on the disc. And perhaps the reason I feel that way is you can spend $60 on a game and have 3 hours of gameplay, or you can spend $60 on a game and have 40 plus hours of gameplay. So my question is what do companies really consider is a decent amount of content to purchase for $60? Because my issue with some of the next generation titles is the content isn't worth $60. And I know in the past, before there was this DLC movement, people would put out a game that didn't require you to download a big patch that wasn't broken on the first day and wasn't super glitchy, and you would play the game until you and just get like a lot of replay and fun out of it. And then because they knew they were working on a part 2 and they didn't have time and they didn't want to put out something that wasn't quality, they would release some DLC to keep players entertained until the new installment come out. I personally would prefer for a company to delay the game instead of selling me something that's broken, because if I'm anticipating a game and then I have to come home and wait hours to download a patch after I've already waited a while for the title to come out, that doesn't make me very enthusiastic. And I just feel like a lot of companies aren't offering a lot of content for $60. And this was the big problem with Star Wars Battlefront. It is a beautiful game. It's lovely. It's fun. But it just isn't enough. And since Star Wars is such an expansive universe, they could have done so much with it. They could have had you play through the story as key people and show you like little small minor battles in between all the big things that happen in Star Wars, and added cutscenes in and actually let you play through everything. Like they could have had you fight Darth Vader in a room and do all these different things. Your second player could have been like a stormtrooper, and you could have had to be Luke or a different person leading them on this mission through these different stages. And they could have like made a little backstory, because the Star Wars movie shows you, the major battles and the things that happen, but maybe there were, little minor things between the major battles that you didn't see. But just leave your comments below as far as what do you think, or what's worth $60 to you as a gamer? Like, what are you willing to pay $60 for? Don't say, oh, I'm going to pay $60 for this game just because I love this franchise. Is there enough content there for you to play? Is the DLC actually just content that was stripped from the disc so they can sell it to you at a later date for a little bit more money? What do you think? Leave your comments below. This is Akida Oh Aki signing out. Have a good one.